everybody, welcome to another episode of Widgets and Wonders. This is my show about great products from small companies. Now today, I've got a unique widget, a hobby accessory for making your painting easier from Kris below at Mini Wargaming. And he has created this steady hand grip. He was actually working on this when we worked together back at Mini Wargaming, and I'm super excited he's finally got it made to his satisfaction, cast and out there in the world. They've sold through them once already, but it's available on the Mini Wargaming online store. And the steady hand grip is basically an accessory, so you can mount almost any size model, probably up to 50 mil bases, and keep your hands on it without getting your sticky fingers on it. It's also got a nice wide platform for putting it down so it doesn't get knocked over. And you do everything from airbrushing through to hand painting and spin the thing around 360. So I'm going to compare it to some of my homemade solutions just so you can see what I usually use and show you how much easier this thing is. It's kind of a one-time investment, and I think you'll have a lot easier time handling your miniatures and getting to all the different nooks and crannies on them without touching the model itself. All right, so here you go, side by side, my personal sort of solutions for these things, made from corks in an old box, and the steady hand grip here on the left. So the steady hand grip, you can see, I've already used it to paint this Frostgrave baddie, who's gonna be for the breeding pits. This is gonna be one of the devourers that's in mating season, and I just finished him up. I did everything from undercoating him with my airbrush, highlighting him with my airbrush, and then finishing the details, and he never actually came off this plinth the whole time. He's just stuck there with some white tack. Now, by contrast, these miniatures, much the same way. This is a hack towel for my Ching for Infinity that never got finished. We've got some stuff in pieces here. We got a Reaper Bones Giant that's for my ogres for Kings of War that's not done. And we got my HVT for my my Ching, and an old what's this guy called, a Shaolin Monk that's actually base coated and washed. Now these right here are the way that I would have to store things before. What you've seen is I've filled this box with foam, I've cut holes in it, and then I've mounted these guys on corks. So the problem is, corks are great. Like, you can get wider corks. I use normal corks just because you get a ton of them in a bag. And I found that they were easy to get underneath. So if I wanted to spray something from below, it's nice and thin. But yeah, no, standing this guy up is like, you're just worried he's gonna fall over all the time. So I had to like jigger myself a way of actually mounting all my models while I was painting them, when I was mounting them on corks, if I was gonna be doing separate bases. And the reason these are all like this is because they're all on bases that are gonna be painted separately. So for instance, the Ching guys are all on MDF bases from Top Down Terrain that were being painted by themselves. And the same with the Giant. The Giant's on a specialist base that was gonna get painted by itself. So I don't always paint stuff mounted separately from a base. When I do though, I tend to do it in big groups, and that's why I had to make this thing for myself. Obviously not the simplest thing in the world, whereas this little guy right here is a lot simpler. He lets you have a 360 grip. He's actually put some texture on it so that when you're holding it, you have a nice firm grip, and you can rotate it as you're as you're painting. It's really comfortable in your hand. It's cast in resin. It's one solid chunk, and it's pretty much ready to go to the box. What I've used to attach models so far, I'll take this off, is just white poster tack. I use the Yoo-Hoo brand. If you guys have never seen this stuff before, it's usually used by college kids or university kids to attach posters to their walls without having it get destroyed, basically. So like without using tape or something like that. And a blob of this, so like let's say I'm priming this guy, getting him ready for my next model, I would just stick a blob of this underneath the base. I usually use quite a bit. Smush it down, and there's my Kazakh Spetsnaz for my Ariadne, and he's ready to go. Ready basically to have his priming done, the airbrush, and then his base coats and highlights done with the airbrush, and then I'll just paint him right on here. And it's nice and fast too. You can just swap models, just keep that big blob there, take it off, and this way, unlike the corks where I had to create a system for mounting them, I can just put him to one side, and when it's time to get base coats down on my what's he called? My Sujan, I just switch him up. He's on a 40 mil base, so you've seen a 25, here's a 40 mil base. They're equally comfortable to hang on, and the white tack holds them down quite nicely. Now you could drill holes in this too, because it is solid, so if you wanted to do pinned miniatures, one of the things I've seen done is actually you just mount some brass rod right in this permanently, and then you just pull models on and off. So I could do something like this, like if I was doing separate bases, like for my hack towel. is I could just put a pin right into this thing and then just have the hack towel sort of bounce off and on it while I was painting him. So it's equally versatile if the miniature's based, if the miniature's not based, for getting your guys ready to go. So a great little widget from Kris. Man, I'm so happy he got it done. He'd had a prototype he made himself for a long time that he actually uses a ton, like at Mini Wargaming when he was painting. You'll see it in a lot of his videos. He's got something like this or a homemade one of these. And he had been testing out various guys to try and get it machined in a bunch of different materials. And I guess this is the one he finally fell into. And he did a great job. So if you want to grab one, there'll be a link in the description below to go grab it from the Mini Wargaming store. And I believe it all goes to him. I don't really know how that works, but you're supporting Kris by doing this because this is Kris's baby. And I think that is awesome. So great job, Kris. I'll be using this thing all the time. Thanks again for sending one over so I can check it out. I do have a second one. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna give that second one away to you guys watching. But here's what we have to do. We have to go to not my Facebook page and not this YouTube video. You need to go over to Way of the Brushes Facebook page, which is on Facebook, of course. You need to like it, and you need to say in a post on the page, Kris, what beautiful, luxurious hair you have. And then he will pick one of those wonderful people, and they will get sent by me, not by him, because he sent me two, one of these knurls, one of these hand holders. Okay, so go to his Facebook page, like it, and say, Kris, what beautiful, luxurious hair you have, and I will send you one of these things because I'm a troublemaker and I like to disturb the shits. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and yeah, you'll see this much more in the future. I don't do painting videos, but I will be using this thing all the time. All right, so there you go, the Steady Hand Grip by Kris at Mini Wargaming. A great little widget for hanging onto your miniatures while you paint them. So if you guys wanna see more stuff, great products from small companies you don't think are getting enough attention, you can have them email me at guerrillaminiaturegames@gmail.com or Facebook message me at facebook.com/outofthebasement-of-the-streets, and I will do my best to show it off to the world. So we'll see you next time for more Widgets and Wonders. Till then, I'm Ash. Have a good day.